Hey y'all, it is February the 15th, 2018, and earlier I made a video in regards to people um, who believe a certain kind of way that has nothing to do with reality. Now, as far as gun rights and gun laws are concerned, there is definitely going to be people who disagree with me. And that's cool. If you disagree with me, obviously we could debate about it. I'm not a stranger to debate and stuff. You want to go ahead and do that? We could do that. We could throw around ideas and stuff like that. I don't have a problem with anybody who disagrees with me at all. You know what I'm saying? My beef's not necessarily with that, but there's people out there who obviously they don't want to debate at all. They don't want to hear anybody's opinions. However, they do want to dictate all sort of legislation that will affect everybody, but however, it won't exactly stop mass shooters from shooting up everybody. Now, will it? No, it won't. We're talking about reality, and that some people have abandoned reality a long, long time ago. All right. I believe I made my point, but the thing is, I want to go ahead and just embellish a little bit and give you now an example of the absurdity that's taking place at this point. All right, because what I gotta explain for you, for those who are not in the United States of America right now, we're straight chilling for the most part. Obviously, there's some bad parts of America, and there's some good parts. A lot of us are straight chilling right now. All right, I don't know if you could tell from the outside, but we're not really doing too bad. I mean, our economy's looking up. Some people are getting jobs, getting that money. All right, I want to let everybody know out there that that is the case. All right, so we have people in America in which, right after the election happened, they've been shouting and stomping and screaming and holding up signs and rallying, and doing all sort of things. They have chants and things. We have all sort of people who immediately wanted Donald Trump impeached. All right, which obviously would kind of set the political sphere in turmoil for America, and that wouldn't be good. But they never really cared. They say we want him impeached. Why? We don't know why. And for months, many, many months, about a half a year, they were like, well, because he colludes with Russia. That's why we want him impeached, and obviously he should be impeached. He's a damn traitor. Then come to find out about a half year later, everything Donald Trump has been saying is kind of pretty much accurate, and also not colluding with Russia, or at least we have 0.0 evidence on it. So seeing as we have 0.0 evidence on it, I tend to believe that it's not really the case. Donald Trump didn't need to be impeached, and just to let y'all know out there, he did not get impeached. All right, but all during this whole thing, while people are kicking up dust and absolutely refusing to discuss and debate as far as solutions go to the future, absolutely refusing to even want to try to make America great again, if not great for the first time. There's people who's refusing to do it. In fact, what they're basically doing, figuratively speaking, is crying and kicking and screaming like little toddlers over at the toy store who need their ass whooped. All right, but the thing is, I don't even believe in spanking and stuff. But do you get my expression? All right, so they're whining and crying about it. You know, it's very weird is these people, they don't tend to usually want to read history books or anything like that. They don't want to know their history or anything like that. So, it's common that, they'll start using this common vernacular and they'll start saying certain keywords and trigger words and things of that nature. That being said, an example of that has been, a lot of people have held up signs. They've chanted it. You can't tell me this is the first place you heard it. They've said Donald Trump is the next Hitler. I know you heard of that. I know you've heard somebody say Donald Trump is the next Hitler, and we got to stop him. Thing is, you ask the people, if you even dare, you ask them, is this a joke? And they will say, no, it is not a joke. I literally mean it, that Donald Trump has absolutely the intentions of the next Hitler. Okay. So those people, they said the word Hitler because they don't even necessarily know Stalin. They don't even really think about Mao or all the other. They don't think about all the other dictators and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That took a lot of people's lives. There's dictators, like I said, Mao, Stalin, and they kill way more people than Hitler did. But don't even worry about that. History's bad. You shouldn't know about that. Anyways, they said Donald Trump's the next Hitler, you guys. And that they want to get in some sort of uproar, like, oh, they're going to have a civil war in order to stop this, in order to stop Donald Trump being the next Hitler. Meanwhile, you know, Donald Trump reacts to this mass shooter the way that any president should. And, you know, you could check out, you know, some of his speech.
I want to speak now directly to America's children, especially those who feel lost, alone, confused, or even scared. I want you to know that you are never alone and you never will be. You have people who care about you, who love you, and who will do anything at all to protect you. If you need help, turn to a teacher, a family member, a local police officer, or a faith leader. Answer hate with love, answer cruelty with kindness. We must also work together to create a culture in our country that embraces the dignity of life, that creates deep and meaningful human connections, and that turns classmates and colleagues into friends and neighbors. Later this month, I will be meeting with the nation's governors and attorney generals. We're making our schools and our children safer will be our top priority. It is not enough to simply take actions that make us feel like we are making a difference. We must actually make that difference. In times of tragedy, the bonds that sustain us are those of family, faith, community, and country. These bonds are stronger than the forces of hatred and evil, and these bonds grow even stronger in the hours of our greatest need. And so always, but especially today, let us hold our loved ones close. Let us pray for healing and for peace, and let us come together as one nation to wipe away the tears and strive for a much better tomorrow. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you very much.
And of course, you could check out the rest of his speech, like on some other channel and stuff. That guy over there, he's the next Hitler. All right. I want you to think about it, because like I said, reality means nothing to these people now. They don't want to debate you. They don't want to discuss anything. In fact, they'd rather have you locked up in jail than to ever discuss something with you, because they're not going to win a debate. Their points are irrelevant. All right, so, okay, let's run with it. Donald Trump, he's the next Hitler. They say, oh, he's racist. He's super racist. Oh, he grabs women by the vaginas. He just runs down the street grabbing women by the vaginas. We know he does it. That's what they say. That's what they say. He's the next Hitler. Okay, so these very same people, what I want to point out to you, if you don't live in America, these very same people, the exact same people right now, are looking at the Florida mass shooting, which they know nothing about, and they're saying, oh man, take away the guns, take away the guns. And of course, they're saying a variety of different things, but some might just be saying, oh man, take away the AR-15s, take away the AR-15s, take away the AR-15s. And when they're not saying that, they're saying, Donald Trump's the next Hitler, Donald Trump's the next Hitler, and Donald Trump's the next Hitler. You understand? It's the same people saying it. All right. If these people knew anything about history, all right, mind you, my ancestry does come from Poland, just so that you know. If these people knew anything about history, they would know full well, okay, if Donald Trump is the next Hitler, if that is the case, and if Hillary Clinton is a perfect sweetie pie angel, and if that is the case, Well, if that is the case, the last thing that you would want to have happen is Donald Trump administering more gun restriction laws. Because you gotta understand, if you knew anything about a history book, you would understand that Adolf Hitler, he started doing that whole gun law, gun restriction, gun law thing right before a little thing called the Holocaust, if you've ever heard of it. Right before, in fact, it was a very strategic move that he did. He went ahead and he said, oh, Jewish people got guns, can't have that. Restrict their guns, take away their guns. Guess what? It's a Holocaust now. My name's Adolf Hitler. All right, so hypothetically, in a fantasy land in which Donald Trump is taking his sweet time to somehow, someday turn into some sort of Hitler, all right, if you think that Donald Trump is going to become Hitler, the last thing that you would ever want him to do is start messing around and enacting more gun legislation, because that is exactly what Hitler did right before the Holocaust. That line of reasoning, might I suggest, might seem hyperbolic, but that line of reasoning seems very pro-Holocaust. It's to the point where it's maddening and completely irresponsible that you would advocate for more gun laws, which is exactly what Hitler did, even though you think Donald Trump is the next Hitler and you just don't even care about it. Reality doesn't mean nothing to these people. Not anything. And unfortunately, there's no amount of truth that can slap them in the face. They're gonna have to learn some sort of other way. I'm not sure what that way is, but y'all, we're all up in the tribulation. It's February the 18th, February the 15th, 2018, and I'll holler at y'all a little bit later.